Here at Muscle Car of the Week, we really like cars that are brightly colored with stripes and muscle cars that look racy. But sleepers are some of the coolest cars of all. And by sleepers, we mean cars that look like regular plain Jane, ho-hum, daily driver kind of cars, but are hiding performance goodies under the hood so they go much faster than they appear. These are the cars that routinely made money at the illegal stoplight drags in any town USA. These cars tend to call as little attention to themselves as possible and kind of throw off the scent by appearing to be more fancy than fast. Today we're checking out some of the coolest sleepers from the brothers collection. And first up is a pink Plymouth convertible, a 1966 Plymouth Belvedere 2. You'd expect to see a blue-haired old lady behind the wheel wearing a dress that matches the car, but resist the urge to pass this one because Granny is sitting on 426 cubic inches of Chrysler Hemi goodness. And they only made 10 of these Hemi drop tops for 1966, and 6 were automatics, and only 1 was painted in code 661 Mauve Metallic. And speaking of sleepers, this one had been resting for quite a while when we shot this video, so the exhaust smoke was tinted brown from rust in the pipes. We're glad we had the opportunity to blow this one out. Our next sleeper is a little more performance-oriented, being a 1969 Mustang, but it's about as mundane as these cars can look with a solid blue exterior and a white convertible top. Yeah, it's got a hood scoop, but you could put that on a 6-cylinder car if you'd like. This isn't a GT or a Mach 1 or anything, but if you stop the right pedal, you wake up a specially ordered 428 Super Cobra Jet V8 cranking out 335 horsepower and 440 foot-pounds of torque. And we like how the hubcaps and white line tires help the illusion of slow, but 69 428 SCJ cars were good for low 14s at over 100 miles an hour in stock trim. Just because it looks like a no-option 6-cylinder commuter Mustang doesn't mean it is one. We've got a big cruiser up next on the list, a 1966 Chevrolet Impala Supersport. Now these Supersports were long on luxury, style, and sheet metal, but this one kicks the program up a few notches with a factory-installed 425 horsepower L72 427, an engine normally reserved for the hottest Corvette of the day, and it's backed by a Muncie 4-speed manual transmission. It's believed that fewer than 1,900 L72 4-speed equipped 66 full-size cars were built, so they were uncommon and completely unexpected street sleepers that were capable of winning races in comfort and style. If this car had wild stripes and bigger SS badges, it wouldn't qualify as a sleeper, and it wouldn't be quite as cool either. The next sleeper from the brothers collection is perhaps the most unusual of the whole group. The Avanti was marketed as a high-performance ride, especially with the factory-installed Paxton supercharger like this R2 model. But people really underestimate the performance of these cars, landing it squarely in sleeper territory. This eccentric fiberglass Sportster blasts down the road thanks to a 289 horsepower supercharged 289 V8 that delivered surprising performance on the road. In fact, the Avanti broke 29 stock car land speed records in one day at the Bonneville Salt Flats, so it was always intended to be a screamer from day one. But most people just didn't realize it. And speaking of supercharged sleepers, the next one is way out there. This 1957 Ford Ranchero looks like it belongs taking care of light-duty work at an upscale country manor. However, once the forward tilt hood is inclined, the classy Ranchero reveals a factory-installed Paxton supercharger, force-feeding a Thunderbird Special 312 Y-block V8. The combination is good for 300 horsepower and 327 foot-pounds of torque, enough to spin the dainty wire wheels and white wall tires into nothing but smoke and dust. Imagine pulling up next to this luxury utility vehicle only to be shown the taillight. It's too cool. And on a side note, there were only 2 of these pressurized 1957 Ford Rancheros ever built, and the other one is also in the brothers collection. But perhaps the sleepiest of all of our feature cars is this classic four-door sedan built in 1965. The turquoise paint and soft seats suggest this Ford Galaxie was built to quietly haul the kids around. But the 425 horsepower solid lifter R-Code dual quad 427 and 4-speed manual transmission, well, they've got other plans. This Galaxie should be in the dictionary under the definition of sleeper, as nobody would think this car has the driveline it has, and you would never expect an R-Code 427 to be factory installed in a four-door family car. But that's what makes this one so cool. It's a street racing moneymaker of the highest order. That is, if you're into that sort of thing. We hope you enjoyed this look at some of the sleepers from the Brothers collection. And stay tuned, because we'll have another awesome car for you next time on Muscle Car of the Week. Will it be a sleeper? I don't know. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the episode, and we'll see you next time.